Microphone up again. Right. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry about the possible silence and/or visual problems. Right. Let's. Right, that should be fine. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Let's try that again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another one of Wolf's Streams, featuring, as ever, my co-host, the Aspie Pessimist, who is responsible for our late start, again, like usual. Could not seem to wake up this morning due to late going to sleep.
Yep, pretty much.
I know we didn't stream last week, because reasons. Turned out we could have, though, well, sort of, but shit happens anyway. We call full scathing gear, but this glamour does not seem to be my usual. Last time, I was running around like that. Put this together for where I currently am. Not specifically because I'm in Ul'dah. I need... Yes, it's not just the shirt, Law, it's the full lightning set. I mean, full. Guardian Core coat, gauntlets, skirt, and boots. Complete lightning set. Probably noticed that I use the skirt a fair bit. Like here, here again. It's the same shirt, just different colour. Here, because it actually works really well with the Imperial Doman-inspired coat. So he's got the coat there. Basically, wherever I think it would be appropriate and fit, I've been using the Guardian Core coat. And, well, not just coat, skirt. Right. Northrant. Where's that? That seems interesting. I mean, last time we had between Othard and we didn't have anything between Othard and Mordona. So where the hell is Northrant? I'll give you a hint. So you're going to need you're going to need a bit of comparison. So we're going to go to Mordona first. So I needed to go from here to get the start of the of Shadowbringers, because that is actually where we are up to. That would only be more fitting if I was running around as a samurai, especially since I modified my samurai glamour to have the Ironworks visor attached instead of my hairpin, because that really looks like Cyborg Ninja riding just with a blade coming up the top centre. Right, okay, this fog doesn't help. But you can see sort of the Crystal Tower over there, right? You remember what it looks like as well? Big, giant fucking piece of crystal. Well, in something that's sort of a spoiler, we found the source of the extraplanar calls I've been getting. Somebody called the Crystal Exarch. Exarch, however you want to bloody pronounce it.
I don't know what you're doing.
E-X-A-R-C-H. It's also the name of the, I suppose you could say the sergeants of various Eldar aspect warrior squads. Effectively, the temple leader. Because, that's a big fucking piece of crystal.
Yep.
That is the Crystal Tower. The Exarch called it from the source, our world, to the First, the one where the Warriors of Darkness were from. If you recall those guys.
Yeah.
And from some random point in time. Doesn't know where. When. Further proof. The fucking frick huge thing.
Yep.
Fortunately, we also have to go upstairs anyway. Unfortunately, this is a proper town, so I cannot ride my little motorcycle. Damn it! Wrong button. No. This class just yesterday. You wouldn't think I'd be messing up that badly, especially since this is a class I've used frequently. I mean, come on, this is my current main class. Adjust the camera enough? No. All we'll get from that is that. But yeah, that is literally the Crystal Tower. There are spoilers for the identity of who the Exarch actually is. Oh, we have to get down there. But they are major spoilers. This guy's an Amalja. Also, it's going to be something very unusual. Right. Oh, no, never mind, it's normal daylight hours. Basically, Norvrand is all that's left of the First that hasn't been subsumed by light. If we compare worlding, the Crystal Tower and Lakeland is Mordona. I've done the super depressing part down here. And believe you me, that was fucking depressing as fuck yesterday. Usagi recommended that I start with there. Meeting back up with Alisei. And I've met the main villain type of this story arc, the Sin Eaters. Not a very nice bunch. But, see, this area is basically Fanlan. That would have been Uldar. These are the island sets that make up Vilbrand, which would be Limsa. Yulmore is basically Luminsa, full of fat cats, almost literally. Fortunately enough, we're going there next. Ilmeg is basically Ishgard. And the Great Wood, obviously, is Gridania. But to get there, we need to go speak to this guy. Talk over this letter of introduction and do a thing. Amaro is basically not quite a chocobo, but or rather they are the first equivalent of chocobos. So we do that, and then we go from here up to the thing. Right. So instead of Clan Centurino, we have Clan Nutsi instead here. Vera and Hrothgar. Thing is, a lot of the races have different names in first. You'd have to go on. You'd have to go onto the wiki to check, but Mikote for one are different named. But this is very much a familiar yet alien world. Not least of all because
the whistling breeze mute, the pounding surf frozen. Time itself takes a breath.
The narrator.
At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment.
The light has subsumed all,
faint
basically.
And fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air.
Except for
and in the
Northrant.
distance, beyond the broken
There's
earth,
Yulmore.
a city beckons.
You can see why it's basically Limsa.
Yeah.
But, essentially, this world's warriors of light slew the Sentinel of Darkness, and they thought they had saved the world. Yeah. Funny thing happens if you get an imbalance of light and dark.
Yep.
Imbalance of dark, you get the void. That's what happened to the 16th world or 13th world or something. The one at the very outside edge, basically. It got completely subsumed by darkness, and that's where all the void spawn come from. And you now have an eternal day. Even in the middle of the night, there's no sunset. Light has basically consumed the world, and if you have an imbalance, well, a surfeit of light aspected ether in your body, you become a sin eater. Hello, Zal. Honestly, I never know if I'm butchering your name, but it's how it seems to sound for me. So up to 2 watchers, which is a good average for us. Also, I have found the requirements for being monetized.
Yeah.
It's either 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers and 1,000 hours of footage watched per week. Got it right. Yay! Sometimes being a phonetic speller works. I mean, you and Law probably have a good bit to talk about. Fair enough. For the record, if you, as long as you follow, I mean, you already know this. You've already subscribed to the Twitch channel. I am considering, after tomorrow's stream, which is our normal Thursday stream, I'm seriously considering stopping going YouTube because of all this COPPA policy thing, and going through my Twitch account instead, which less strict regulations there.
I don't know if I have Twitch.
Don't know. Ooh. This is some Game of Thrones tier shit. For years, the Ulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone so far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. That's some Game of Thrones tier shit here.
Yep.
This is sort of Garlemald, but not, say, Exarch.
Yeah.
So, no nonsense on dress code. It seems to be enforced in Oh, for work or for this. He's the guy I'm talking to has just brought me here from the Crystarium, and he's wearing what passes for his racial garb anyway.
Can't work out what he's supposed to be.
He's a lizard man.
For some reason I was thinking goat because they wore, but it looked like it was split into two from my angle.
No, the Zun are the first equivalent of the Amalja,
Okay.
the guys who worship Ifrit on the source.
So does it taste like chicken?
I don't think you want to try eating them.
Apparently a lot of reptile tastes like chicken.
Apparently, but I have no frame of reference because I've never eaten any lizards.
But you say I didn't eat chicken. Yeah, I've eaten steaks, just not chicken.
Right. Thing is, I can't really say what the thing is the second in time because it's spoilers, but effectively, but because it relates to Alphino's situation. Now, the twins, Alphino and Alice, have been here for what is roughly a year. Time occasionally, time between the first and the source can be very inconsistent. At the minute, it's passing roughly equivalent, which is fine. Thancred has been here for roughly 5 years, despite him only passing out like a few days to a week ago on the source. And both Urianger and Stola have been here for around 3 years apiece. Obviously, we're always going to want to attune to the Aetherites as we come to them. Makes travel a whole lot easier. Wait, why am I running around? Why am I running when I can ride? Ooh, also, I have another horsey. Thanks to the help of Shiori, I have Xanthos, the horse mount from Garuda. Complete with its own unique OST. Which is cool, but gotta have our tiny bike. I missed the check. I'm supposed to go under there.
A while ago from the Pokemon official page, when they first shared the
Roly-Coly.
Yeah, so small. I've got its evolved form at the moment. Go with that. When they first shared it, it was like up until about 100 years ago, everyone had one of these. Top comment: until Thatcher closed all the caves you could find them in.
Let's not go into political bullshit.
I'm not. I'm just going back to my old screensavers. Not screensavers, screenshots.
Gotta go with some shortbread.
I can't tell if she's supposed to be short or that horse is supposed to be big.
I've already explained. It's a big fucking horse. He's a Shire horse. 20 hands is big. That's like 8.5 feet.
That always confused me about horses. I'm not confused, just so I was annoyed a bit, like they're using fucking hands, especially metric.
It became a standardised measurement after they worked out a size for it.
I can't think what else that sweater. That sweater, what is good for? I'm a perfect design for him.
Any of the princess characters.
Yeah, that could work. Why am I just picturing Mario wearing that?
Mario isn't a princess.
I know, but that's what I mean. I'm just picturing Mario wearing that. It's a complete fucking trend. Or Luigi.
Bowser, but not Bowsette.
Yeah.
There's a mental image you're not going to get rid of anytime soon.
I've seen worse. Specifically involving Bowser.
Pretty sure most people have by this point.
If you go back far enough on Shabman's website, he's got some Bowser. Pre, I forget what's the crown called?
Super Crown.
Yeah, pre that being a thing, he's got some Bowser. I've just admitted that I know about that on live, haven't I?
Yep.
Ha! Oh come on, after everything they've seen on this, and all the recording, this is obviously streamed, but it's recorded and posted up as well, isn't it? Yeah, I'm already fucked.
Yeah, unfortunately this isn't a sex channel, so
Yeah, like
stop doing that.
I'm getting fucked on live on stream.
Yes.
That reminds me, a lot of people who like their YouTube videos keep getting taken down, they are actually resorting to Pornhub, aren't they? Because they don't take videos down nearly as much.
Pornhub also apparently contribute a fair amount to charity. Supposedly.
Imagine that, like a future where YouTube is dead and dying because of their own actions, and like Pornhub splits off into its original, what it always has been, and like it basically a YouTube clone, but it's better.
Well, it already is a YouTube clone, specifically for porn.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like a version of it, or like a wing of it, specifically for, you know, what YouTube
For
used to be
safer work stuff.
Yes.
I'll be back down in a second.
For Christ, imagine that. That'd be good. Coppa. And I've got a song stuck in my head. It's not even a real song. Well, it is actually a real song. It's not like a, you know what I mean, it's a parody song. It's not even a parody song, it's a song by someone on YouTube, but it's not. Who am I talking to? Oh yeah, it's a camera. I just caught myself talking to myself just randomly and then realised, oh wait, there's a camera. Yeah, I do that.
I've noticed.
I freak people out of work doing that because they think I'm talking to someone, but I'm really not.
Calm down, Deku.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I ironically do that occasionally. It's just I'm less talking about hero moves and statistics, more about what am I talking about normally? God knows.
Let's see, what will we order? Ale, mead, or water? So we're in a tavern.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, to win the trust of the totally not kobolds in the city, so I'll get some information to get close to try and find Alice. I had a choice of 4 different items.
Yeah.
Basically, honey glazed bugs called wigglers.
Yeah.
Bread with cactus meat in the middle. So even when the bread is dry, it's still moist and.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So some spiced lizard meat, or some frog skewers. Now I've been given a valuable-ish coin.
Yeah.
And it's tradition in the city to basically crack your coin purse, i.e. share some money.
Yeah.
Small being small, lizard meat. It bought me 10, basically bought me 10 entire steaks.
Wow.
And I managed to eat the whole lot. It was impressive, but ale, mead or water?
Well, I've had ale and mead plenty of times. They're pretty good. No idea what this water stuff is though.
But can you imagine Small trying to drive ride her bike drunk?
Yes, that sounds hilarious.
So mead it is.
Yes.
Plus, Small is old enough to drink.
Yeah. No. Have you ever tried to work? Have you ever decided on canon age? Anything? Or just
headcanon around 19 at the start of the game.
Okay. Of course, that's not exactly. That doesn't mean anything unless we know what the drinking laws are in this fictional country. Well, given that it's sort of like medieval high fantasy, I don't think there are any.
But I've also come up with an established origin. She's actually from Thanaver, which is where the bolero that I normally have as a glamour is from. It's also where the dancing troupe that I learned my class from are from as well. Right. All I've got to do is do some pest control, and I get to laze around as much as I want. Also, thanks to the recent couple of patches, they've put in a height indicator as well for quests and the like, which is useful. We're up to 3 watchers. Hello! I do like it when they let me finish on the pirouette. Basically, do some pest control in the vegetable patch, and go have a yell at the caretaker who will be sleeping in the silent. In other words, Small must do what Small does best. Stab shit in the face with a disc. A spinny disc of doom. I mean, Small is very good at that. That is literally what my weapon is, a chakram. Well, a pair of chakrams. Which are actually real weapons. They're actually from the Indian subcontinent.
Should I call them the murder frisbee?
Basically.
Although I said before I murder, I forgot that chakrams existed, and I thought, what if we take a frisbee to make it sharp?
Yes, you mentioned it was either last week or the week before.
Yeah.
No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. Just let me drop kick this door off its hinges. Knock on the door a third time. Time to burst it through the door and save the day, brave adventurer. Ha! He's disappeared. Which is probably an oh dear. Or an uh-oh. Because, you know what I said? Sin eaters?
Yeah.
Yeah. They like to attack people. If you don't die from being attacked, you end up with a surfeit of light aspected aether.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say happens when you have a surfeit of light aspected aether?
Bad things.
Yep. Rest of the hopefuls. Huh. Woo! I got basically gotten 2 flagons of mead on the house while I wait for for doing that. Whilst I wait for Alphino.
How big is the average flagon?
Pint, roughly.
Mead is basically.
And how is business
wine,
today,
so...
Mistress Theva?
That's Alphino. You can tell from the voice. Plus, you can see his book, but he's changed his garb. Alice changed her garb as well.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Alice couldn't believe her eyes initially. She thought, no, couldn't be.
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
And in fact, I spoke to Ridwin about it yesterday. I actually effectively quoted it. Red. Here we go. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, though I was hoping for sooner. My response was, it's nice to see you too, snarky friendo. Rather, my response rather than my in-game response.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphino, you really are a dear.
Well, yeah, the Elysian of the
I'd
first
best
are
be
literally
tidying
called
up some of
elves.
those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out,
The
eh?
higher, so the humans, are Humes, Hume, which is what they're called in the Evilise games.
Yeah, that was a thing. From a while ago. One of the splash screens on Minecraft on the home screen have random text on them.
Yeah.
This one obviously, that number leads to that bottom thing. Nothing particularly special.
It seems an age since last we spoke.
That
Not
in
since the
Minecraft.
prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
He really is a doofus, isn't he?
Yep.
But he's our doofus.
Uh-huh. You pick him up and run off of him. This is mine. What's that scene out of Full Metal? This is my idiot. They really like it, but this one is mine.
Full Metal Jacket.
Alize said much the
You
same
said Full
thing.
Metal.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that
I've
could
ever
be
had
anything.
such a scolding.
Could either be Jacket or Alchemist.
Or Panic.
Or Panic, yes. And to be fair, Sosuke Sagara is a doofus.
Yeah. Yeah.
No social skills.
But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I
Prisoner
see.
exchange in
The
Dover.
Exarch and
I
Jalizé
believe
told
we
me
were.
what they knew of events, but I had
believe that
stubbornly
she
clung on to the hope
news
that
to you.
all-out war might yet be avoidable.
Basically, the Empire sent a delegation to work out a peace treaty,
Yep.
led by Asahi Sans Brutus,
Uh-huh.
one of the who is a fucking cunt.
Uh-huh.
Well, was a fucking cunt.
You don't say
Emphasis
that
on was.
You don't say that very often. You must have been particularly bad.
Basically, right?
I say it like the average Australian, but you
Yeah.
can
He nice on the surface, yeah.
Mhm.
Calm, peaceful, wants this treaty to work.
Yep.
When he's about to head off, he asks for a quiet word with me, and he lets this mask slip. One of the... in fact, go to Google. I'll hopefully you'll be able to see it
What am I typing?
quicker for me, because I can spell it.
I've got a new theme, so my keyboard's a bit. Well, I struggled to type on it at first.
Correction, SAS, not SANS. Right. That's what he looks like.
Reminds me of when Kirito joined that clan that Asuna was in.
Knights of the Blood Oath.
That's the one.
And he lets the mask slip.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mark me, saviour of savages. There will be a reckoning. He's a Xenos fanboy.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's xenophobic or outright
This
racist.
is an answering machine. Please leave your message after the tone.
He's actually from Doma,
Yeah.
but he's an absolute cunt.
Uh-huh.
So it turns out Gosetsu and Yotsuyu were still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yotsuyu had lost her memory entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Asahi engineers a situation, because he actually hates his sister, to basically render the entire treaty null and void.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Pop Team Epic style version of him?
Yes, it's specifically B Cub style, BKUB, who's the guy who created
I was gonna say.
the series.
I was gonna ask, is he the artist behind Pop Team?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, basically brings his parents over from Garlemald.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind, his parents were absolutely abusive to Yotsuyu growing up. And immediately they decide to try and sell her back into prostitution and slavery because she'd apparently lost her memories.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, no. She now had her memories back. And a knife. She was originally going to kill herself because it's like, shit, I remember everything I've done.
Mm-hmm.
How can Gosetsu be this nice to me? I don't understand it. I cannot comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides to try and kill herself. But her parents show up and start mouthing off. It's like, you know what? New plan. You made me into a monster, and if people are going to treat me like a monster, then I'm going to be the worst fucking monster ever.
Mm-hmm.
Runs the pair of them through, one after the other. Pretty clean kills, actually. The father survives a fair bit longer, because we get all what happened out of his memory via the echo, and it's like, shit. We go and have to go through the exchange anyway. Doman conscripts for Garlean POWs.
Mm-hmm.
And Asahi basically tips his hand. Lets Yotsuyu show up with a Kojin artifact mirror, basically telling her to. He also reveals what was in a buttload of crates that were nearby. Crystals. Basically goes, okay, use the artifact and these crystals, summon a primal, go. Which she does, and she becomes the primal Tsukiyomi. And as soon as Tsukiyomi manifested in Yotsuyu's body, he's like, okay, a Doman has summoned a primal. This treaty is null and void. Same with the exchange. Fuck you all. We're going to war.
Yep.
We then kick the shit out of Tsukiyomi, who turns back into Yotsuyu, who's there dying on the floor, and Asahi walks over and shoots her a few times and kicks her and calls her useless and reveals how he was jealous and how he hated her because Xenos gave her the position of Viceroy, not him. So at this point you're like, okay, come on, cutscene, let this cutscene end so I can stab that shit out of him, aren't you?
Yep.
Denied. Yotsuyu retains enough strength to summon a pair of swords from her Tsukiyomi form to impale him in the same way that when the Japanese crucify you, that they check if you've got a pulse. The Romans used to just stab you one up there.
Yeah.
Whereas the Japanese would have would basically cross. One up there, one up there.
I didn't know they have a crucifix people.
It was rare.
Did they get the idea from the Romans? It made its way across over the years?
Sort of. I'm not entirely sure, but it was generally during the samurai eras. She basically rips him apart verbally as she's dying. So he dies impaled, giggity. And we come over. It's like, and she's like, "Don't be sad. The Witch of Doma is finally dead. It's just at least give my regrets to Gosets." I wonder if he enjoyed that fruit I got him, because she got him a persimmon when she was in her amnesiac state.
I don't like those things. I've got no idea I never knew how to say them. Persimmon.
You know what I meant.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what the thing is.
Unfortunately, he shows up like seconds later after she's died, and her body starts fading away because primal shit.
Yeah.
And he's distraught. One of the underlings of Asahi, a man called Maxima, who was the one wearing glasses, he shows up, proves that he's actually a reasonable authority figure, and go through the exchange. And he's like, okay, that's done. I'm heading back to Garlemald's, and at this point, Alphinaud's like, okay, I'm coming with you. Everyone's like, what? Are you sure this is? You are literally going into the heart of enemy territory here. It's like, yeah, I'm sure, because diplomacy stuff here. Well, a lot of diplomacy talk happens. He basically leaves with Maxima, and as they're going over the burn, a wasteland in southwest Othard. Crossing that is the most direct route back to Garlemald. They get attacked, and their ship is shot down. The Emperor's personal guard. They didn't want the truth getting out that Xenos, who is actually still alive, despite, damn near taking his own head off, apparently that was just a injury. Spoiler alert, folks. It's actually Elidibus, the white-robed Asian, in Xenos' body. And he and Emperor Varus basically concoct this plan to basically reignite the war with Doma. Basically, give them a pretext to go back to war, because apparently the first Emperor's decree was no primals ever. You encounter somebody summoning a primal, kill them all.
Yeah.
That's basically his thing. Basically, Varus and Elidibus, who is totally Xenos, concocted this scheme to go to war, but they didn't want the truth that they'd engineered this getting out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the ship, even if Asahi was on the ship and alive, wouldn't matter. Has to be shot down. No survivors. They're rescued by a mysterious Garlean festooned in Asian masks, wielding a gunblade, going by the name Shadowhunter. Do you want another spoiler?
Go ahead.
It's Gaius.
Ah.
Gaius van Baelzar. The Black Wolf.
Yeah.
The guy who goes friggin' Super Saiyan when you fight him in the Praetorum.
Yeah.
Him.
Especially the last ones. Those are less common tags.
The last... Well, those two specifically, yeah.
Yeah. So the rest of them all.
Catch you later then.
Oh.
He's on his way.
See ya.
Don't forget we are streaming tomorrow as well, so you can always drop in again then.
And poor Tataru. She
Yeah,
must be
basically,
sick. We must endeavour to return as soon as we may.
shit happens. Gaius and Alphino find evidence of a Garlean chemical weapon. The Black Rose. Something that Gaius himself went, no, you are not fucking using. Destroy all your stores of it now. When he was a Legatus.
Yeah.
They created more of it. And so he infiltrated the production plant and blew that up. And they've now got more of it. Yeah. Yeah. Just not like the thought of it. Xenos himself, not Elidibus Xenos, or Xenolidibus as I call him, but actual Xenos, yeah, he doesn't like the thought of that either, because it removes the challenge, it removes his opportunity to fight me. Because upon waking up in a new body, his immediate thought was, I've been given a second chance. Because turns out I'm actually now immortal. Shit. Okay, do I use the second chance to seek redemption for what I've done? Nah, I'm going to find the Warrior of Light, and I'm going to get my body back, and then we're going to have a fucking awesome fight again.
Yeah.
Literally his train of thought. Get my body back, and then fight my frenemy, and maybe kill them.
Yeah.
Just, Pretty much.
Clearly a high quality scope on what looks like a percussion
It would
cap.
be nice to bring her good tidings.
Percussion
for a
cap
change.
musket.
Yeah.
It's still a musket. Still a muzzle loading musket with it's just got a percussion cap rather than a flintlock.
But is it rifled?
By the time they were using percussion caps, yes, it was a rifled musket.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of late flintlocks and some wheel locks, finicky as they were rifled.
Yeah, wheel locks were sort of thing, weren't they?
Yep.
They were fucking weird.
The first actual firearms were matchlocks.
Yeah. Well, the first actual firearms was a tube with some gunpowder in it that you put a metal rod to. If I remember correctly, like in the early medieval period, they were just a metal tube that you use a red hot piece of iron, stick it in the hole. Surprisingly enough, they weren't very accurate, and the combination.
The Quavus.
I think that's what it's called. And the combination of carrying large amounts of gunpowder on your belt and a red hot bar of iron, which of course had to have a brazier nearby to keep it hot.
No, I think that was just the prototype models.
Yeah.
The actual production ones of the time of the 14th, the 15th and 16th centuries were actually matchlocks.
Well, yeah, matchlocks were a very early type of firearm.
Well, yes, literally, they were the first production firearms because it was literally just a piece of rope, a lit piece of rope, in a holder that hit an open hole. They had gunpowder leaking out of it because that was your priming pan.
Yeah. Well, I went to the history of pistols, well, not pistols, history of firearms on Wikipedia. It's recommending the
But
early
before we
Chinese
bid this
hand
world
cannons.
farewell,
Yes.
we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the
Yeah,
source.
they
must
didn't
prevent
launch
the
bullets
eighth
so much as they
Umbral
launched
calamity.
rockets that were designed to terrify horses.
Yeah, they were at first.
I mean, if they hit you and if they exploded as they hit you, it was probably going to kill you. But the primary use was to scare your horse, rear up, and you go bring him falling off.
Very much a shock and awe weapon at first, because
Yeah.
well before fireworks or before any sort of pyrotechnics or anything, you launch a couple thousand fireworks in the air, your enemy thinks you've literally got the power to control the weather or something. You brought
similar.
a lightning storm down upon them.
Or you have the power of God on your of a god on your side.
Yes, but you also have the power of anime.
This was before anime was a thing.
What a dark and evil time that must have been.
I know. Before you continue, the 8th Umbral Calamity is something Urianger saw as he was travelling, as he was called from the source, which is the world of Hydaelyn, where we're from, to the first. Basically, Varus's weapon combined with the first succumbing entirely to light, bleed over into each other. So the Black Rose combined with the Sin Eaters basically all but wipes out all life on Hydaelyn, and even kills me. And rather than try and find a way back home, they've focused all the Scions who are here. They focus so much of their efforts on trying to avert the total fall to light, so they can prevent the Umbral Calamity, because it means I don't die. Because I have literally all but the embodiment of hope when it comes to Eorzea.
By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Which would be the Black Rose.
Which can only mean one
You
thing.
can see him from behind.
Black
There's
Rose.
Gaius.
Yeah.
Gaius was telling you the truth.
All those corpses,
When
they
we
all
were on
have
the
a
trail of
purpley blue
Mercians,
tinge to
we
them.
saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the
See
project
that.
had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to
You can see
win
why
by any
the
means.
Garlean Empire is often analogued to a mixture of
Literally, type C. You're saying mixture of...
Imperial Germany,
Yep.
but also Nazi Germany.
Yeah, they were kind of fond of their mass extermination through gas, weren't they?
Well, Imperial Germany were the first ones to use gas
Oh, yeah,
weapons,
yeah.
but by World War II, gas weapons in battle were stupidly impractical, so
Yeah.
nobody really bothered with them, especially given how fast warfare in World War II was.
Yeah, it really changed really quickly.
However, for getting rid of a few thousand subhuman filth at a time,
Yeah.
it was very useful.
Just stick them in a shower block and turn on the gas.
Basically.
Well, say turn it on, chuck in a canister of it.
Oh no, it was literally dispersed through the shower heads because it was mixed in with the water. The Zyklon B agent was mixed in with the water.
So it was
Even diluted by the water, it was. I'm pretty sure there was still water coming out there. It was so stupidly potent that it still killed them all so fast anyway.
I wasn't they just chucked a canister of it in like a gas grenade?
No, it was dispersed through the shower heads because that way they could guarantee it getting onto onto each person.
I did spend a lot of my history classes asleep.
It shows.
I spent a lot of my classes asleep, actually.
Again, it shows.
It's not like I was learning anything anyway.
But for real talk, I don't consider the Jews or the Russians or the Gypsies or the mentally infirm or the physically infirm to be subhuman filth. It's just the Nazi POV.
I was concerned where you were going with that live on stream for a second there. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I've got no issue with any of them. It's just, as far as the Nazis were concerned, they were subhuman filth.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was thinking when you were saying that, this is going to go one of two ways, and I may have to run.
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
Yeah, it was only a level stab, so it only punctured the lung rather than pierced the heart. Stab, 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 stab. Stab. Straight down, through the phone. So if you survive, it will not be a happy life.
Might as well stab me in the neck then.
Nah, more fun this way.
You fucking sadist.
The only survival horror game that I kind of like, is one I can only play in short bursts, and it's one that lets me absolutely destroy corpses. Dead Space. The first Dead Space game.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played a survival horror type.
I don't normally do survival horror.
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a
Anyway, make
theory
yourself
as to
useful.
how we believe the rejoining will be set in
Coffee
motion.
and prep the cheesecake.
Not for surgery?
For a given definition of surgery.
That reminds
I'm
me,
sure
nice that I got that
Orion
knife
himself
yesterday.
will cover the subject
I
in more
found a knife
detail.
shop in Birmingham.
Ah.
Still open.
Ah.
You wouldn't think a shop in the middle of a big city selling big stabby things would be open in this political climate, would you?
They do. They are age restricted, so they still only sell to legal adults.
They did check me for ID.
Yeah, they have to by law.
They've got samurai swords. I
Yeah,
hate that I call them samurai swords. Such a normie way to describe them.
but it's not inaccurate because not every samurai wielded a katana,
True.
and not every Japanese sword. Well, okay, most Japanese swords were used by samurai or proto-samurai, depending on the era.
Yep.
But by the large, not every samurai sword is specifically a katana, so
True.
not every katana is a samurai sword.
There are many different types of swords that they made and used.
The tachi, the nodachi, the otachi, The Zambato wasn't actually used by the samurai, it was used by commoners.
Mm-hmm.
In the few instances it was ever actually used. You have the Tanto and the Wakizashi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Though, the only bullshit sword, which comes from Hollywood, and, well, not just Hollywood, but media, is the Ninjato.
I've heard mention of this sword. I don't know if I don't.
Basically,
know
the straight-bladed katana.
Yeah.
You know, katana without a curve.
Yeah.
Apparently used by ninjas. So
ninjas didn't really use swords, did they?
No, not usually. So you know Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, one of them.
His weapon is a pair of ninjato.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are straight-bladed katanas.
Yeah.
Those weapons were made up by, basically by the media industry.
Yeah.
As a sword for ninjas.
They mainly use like modified farming tools and like poison and gas and like gas, smoke clouds and whatnot.
The farming tools primarily were because nobody would look twice at a guy carrying a pair of sai.
Exactly.
Because they were poking trowels, effectively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody would look twice at somebody carrying a kama, because that was for harvesting rice.
Yeah.
But also, the kama and the sai also come from Okinawan schools of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
When Okinawa was trying to resist Japanese occupation.
Hmm.
It gets a little twisted here and there, but, you know.
Yeah.
You know, do the coffee, take the cheesecake with you, it's on the chat.
Okay.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the source and the first, be facing an existential threat. One being sin eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world.
The process in which one becomes a sin eater is incredibly painful. And I got to see it firsthand. On a lovely, sweet person who's taking care of people who are on their way to becoming one. Yeah. And Law has posted up a post referencing a potential origin for the appearance of a ninjato, the Tang Dynasty sabers from Chinese history. It's not inaccurate. They're both folded steel, but it's a straight blade rather than a curved.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is very, very apt for Xenos.
Yes.
Also, if you look by your left foot,
That one?
yeah, the tall box.
The one with the blue one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to bring it out from the front of the chair. Take a look at it. It's Wolf Boat.
Yep.
Ah, whoa! She's upstairs. No space on the shelf. Downstairs.
At some point I need to go back to that shop and buy a sword. Because that'd be so cool hanging on the wall. An actual fuck. They're not like props either, they're proper steel.
I know. There used to be a shop like that in Burton. Years ago. That's where I got all mine from.
Nice. But I just want to collect as many knives as possible. Oh, I've seen this on, you've sent me pictures, I've seen it on Facebook.
Pretty small.
Nice drawing.
Yeah.
I just want a vast collection of stabby things.
Understandable.
I want to be able to like clear the floor off, and build an entire fucking pentagram entirely out of knives.
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore.
That might be a bad
Ignoring
sign.
its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there.
What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? As if he even needs to ask, huh?
And so we take to the road once more.
Does Small want an adventure? I.e., does Small want to find things to stab in the face and kick the shit out of?
I wonder.
There's a reason why Xenos likens us to himself.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly what he likes to do. It is quite literally his idea of a good time.
There's literally a website called Auschwitz.org.
Does not surprise me. It's probably to do with the preservation of the camp as a memorial museum.
Yeah, I'm actually looking up. Oh, did I show you that thing from a while ago, back in 2014-15ish? It's quite hot in is it Germany? Poland? Where is Auschwitz exactly?
Poland.
It was quite hot there. So, for the guests, they installed outside showers. Yes.
Dark vision cannot penetrate magical darkness.
Ah.
You need specifically the warlock ability Devil's Sight, which allows you to do so.
Was that just invented just so people couldn't use that anymore? So the darkness was a thing again?
You can. There's the spell Darkness.
Is that your background now?
No,
Or you just go back to the picture?
I'm in my gallery.
Oh, fair enough. Thought you'd set a new background.
No.
That's a good one, though.
Very angry reading.
Yeah, just a bit.
This one is both maniacally happy and maniacally angry.
Yeah.
She wants to make your insides plastered all around the outsides. And she is more than capable of backing that up.
I just remember reading comments of screenshots from a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible someone
Kettle
was
is boiled.
Yeah, I know. Someone was theorising that the orcs are half the reason that the Emperor's still alive. Because
To be fair,
yeah.
whilst he wasn't actually present on Ulanor until afterwards for the Great Triumph, his Astartes, and obviously the Primarchs, kicked the ever-loving shit out of them on Ulanor.
Yeah.
And spoilers for people who haven't read the War of the Beast series, set between the Heresy and 40k, set in about M33, 34 time, I believe. Yeah, guess what? Ulanor is actually Armageddon.
Ah.
As in the planet Armageddon.
Yeah.
Hell's Reach, Grimaldus, etc. All of that, turns out that's actually Ulanor.
Yeah, many things have happened on that rock.
Yeah. Not least of all an epic badass speech.
Yeah.
Now we're on our way to Ulamore. Damn it. I wanted to switch it. There. On the plus side, once I finish the Shadowbringers quests, I can actually do the. I can actually access the Nier Automata content.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I can actually pull off a 2B look. Cheesecake.
Yeah, I'm just putting this down.
I cannot compress my legs any further.
So who are you calling a cheesecake? I can't tell if that's supposed to be an insult or not.
It is what it is.
That's a big iguana.
Hmm.
Makes me hungry.
Less iguana, more chameleon.
Ah.
You got the big bulbous cover over all but a tiny bit of the eye.
Not making me less hungry.
Somebody's in trouble over there. This will quite possibly turn into an encounter with a Sin Eater, so you're going to possibly get your first look at one. So, stow the preparation for a moment. We're going to see if this results in a Sin Eater. Also, you can put the kitchen light on.
I don't know where the switch is.
It's the left-hand switch by the fridge.
Oh, left hand, okay.
Yeah.
What's the other one do? Blow it up?
No, the right-hand one is... well, the list is iguanas, but if you look at the build, it's clearly a chameleon.
Yeah, that's a chameleon.
Yeah.
So left hand one turns the light on, the right hand one blows up Argentina.
No, the right-hand one
Yep.
is dining room.
Yeah.
But don't turn on yet. We've got it.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a sin eater.
Nice wings.
This is only a weak sin eater as well.
That is cool.
No.
That's a cool design.
Just wait until you see one that was a human.
Well, what was that? Horse or something?
Possibly. The one that was a human has that person's face with black tears, black holes where their eyes were, and basically inky black tears streaming down their face.
That's still cool.
It's horrifying.
Horrifying is cool.
Not in this situation. It's incredibly, incredibly depressing. Especially when you have to watch it firsthand, unable to help the person that is becoming one.
It does look a bit like a horse, doesn't it?
You know what else that face reminds me of?
Go on.
Eduardo.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, think that every time. Only
Okay.
very, very, very horrifying.
Yeah, I'd say that used to be a horse.
It's an incredibly agonising process as well.
Either a horse or Boris Johnson.
There's a difference.
Got an answer. I must be. He did. I've seen I was watching TV by randomly walked in. One of their legitimate conservative adverts is a Love Actually parody.
Anyway, whilst we're in this mini cutscene, go back to the cheesecake prep.
What plate should I go for? Square ones or?
Square ones, preferably.
Okay.
But also kitchen light on.
Okay.
You can see the light. I was going to say, you can see the light switch, right?
My low light vision is very bad, but yeah, I found it. I just smashed my face into the wall until I hit something.
You're paying for the repair work then. Oh yeah, from the transition quests, thanks to everybody getting extra plania calls and thus massive headaches, I got a few new emotes out of it. Funnily enough, I made a cocaine joke in the Warhammer chat.
Always good.
Yeah. Because one of my friends posted up a screenshot of what had been the result from the last 40k grand tourney. The top 6 players, of them, they were all Imperials. First, second, and 6th were all Iron Hands. First and third were from the same group. Yes. third and fifth were Imperium faction in general, so possibly Sisters, possibly Grey Knight, well not Grey Knights, Guard or such.
Yeah.
And fourth was just Adeptus Astartes, so other non-Codex Space Marines chapter like Space Wolves or Blood Angels.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, half of the top 6 were Iron Hands.
Yeah.
So another friend, the one who normally DMs the D&D group, but is currently Krios, the Aasimar, well, the Edgelord, said, Iron Hands are OP, we know that. The above will be pre-chapter approved, so we should see the meta change a little over the next few months. Marines won't be top for that long. GW has Sisters to sell in the new year for starters, and then there is the inevitable Slaanesh/Emperor's Children release. My response, word for word, was less criticism, more snorting that massive line of space coke.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, come on, that's what everybody thinks Slaaneshi cultists are doing. Lines of coke and hookers. Quite often said line of coke off the hooker's navel whilst doing the hooker.
Yeah. That sounds like a pretty standard day for a commercial cultist.
Yeah. Like I said, I made a cocaine joke.
You ever seen Metalocalypse?
No.
Obviously, go for one. Good shit. Sort of like one of those early, like, mid-2000s MTV cartoons.
I know of it, I've just never watched it.
I've been watching it. Good shit, I said. You know, we should put that knife by the sink.
Put it with the rest of the washing.
Okay. Keep turning around the front, even those cables.
And to think, if Alpha No had arrived a little earlier or a little later, we wouldn't have been there to hear her scream, so we wouldn't have been there to save her from the Sin Eater. And either she would have died, or she would have become a Sin Eater herself.
The reason I mentioned Metalocalypse is because there's a character who's just obsessed with cocaine. That's all he does.
When did Doom Rider show up in MTV?
Unfortunately, he's not nearly that cool. He's a...
So he's not doing 500-gram rocks that make Charlie Sheen look like a certain droopy-eyed, armless man-child.
So if I like a gram, not milligram.
500 gram. So he's an Astartes.
Yep.
A demonically enhanced Astartes.
Yeah.
That makes Charlie Sheen look like Fail Baden, the armless wonder.
Yeah. Not quite, unfortunately. He's just a rock and roll clown that does cocaine.
Yeah.
That's literally all he knows about himself. He can't remember anything else besides that.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond.
Also, there's a tankard that I think you might like.
Well, that reminds me of a joke I saw. The Open Arms, now closed. Oh, fuck yes.
Copy link. We'll get a buzz of a message in a moment. This is what you were confronted with.
Yeah.
Before the one that before the lady comes in, the caretaker comes in, slices that thing's wing off, tries to get him out of there, only to get herself impaled from behind by Sin Eater's sword. Doesn't kill her, just massively overloads her body with light aspected aether, so she turns into a Sin Eater herself on the spot.
Getting impaled from behind.
Like that. It was very horrifying to watch. I mean that seriously. Just, it was horrible. You don't want to see that. Basically, they are the equal opposite to Void Swarm, to the Void Spawn. Yeah, Tesleen was the girl's name. You can see what I mean with the face.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting design.
Bear in mind, that kid was on the verge of becoming one as it is. She was trying to give him as much time that as possible that he had left.
That's a thing. I've never had this happen, but I've heard about it from people. Apparently it's an American thing. When you bugger off with it, they just take your bag, dump all the stuff out, turn it inside out, put it all back in and zip up again. On the scale of pranks, it's not a bad one. Did you ever, I don't remember what they called it, but you know that one where you get someone's tie and just yank on it so you can't get it undone again? I forgot what they call it, but I had that a few times.
I have as well.
Yeah.
That's accurate. I kind of love that D&D's most iconic monster is this giant floating ball of eyes and teeth from a realm of
Incoherence?
incoherent madness. Beyond time and space that brings low entire kingdoms with its merest gaze. But rather than being unfathomably alien in its mentality, it's just really racist. It's like the designers came up with the most Lovecraftian monster they could possibly imagine, then gave it the personality of the actual H.P. Lovecraft.
Ha!
Beholders, yo!
We all know the old joke
This
about his
meanwhile
cat.
is the
Yep,
aptly named
we've covered it a
Gate
few
Tower,
times.
the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
I thought I recognised you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Alphino lives in the city, but he's basically property.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
His name is Bedge. He is owned by one of the fat cats. He is property!
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
That's fucking stupid. People being angry about
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, your attention, please!
It's already dead.
Harlequins. Fucking clowns.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards.
Also, from the 18th, so next week,
Yes.
Christmas event on 14.
Let it be known
It'll be level
that a
15 or
lady
better.
of distinction wishes
So,
to dine on
You've got
festive
the ring now, haven't you?
I think so.
Got the ring. Be able to switch to rogue and level it up quicker.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy. Even on days when
you gotta be level
fish is
15
not
to
on the
compete in it.
menu.
You'll just there's a couple of items that you can turn over. Well, for turn quest items over for. Santa-themed barding, an orchestron roll, food item for the house, you know, the various food platters, and a wall decoration.
Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
God, someone's been at the Photoshop again.
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a centre of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
Yeah, there's more. Christ.
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
Sounds like a hotbed of Slaneshi worship.
Yeah, it does.
Brother, get the flamer!
A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates.
What else do I expect from you?
The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the priests.
Rip and
So they
tear!
are picked over like market produce.
He doesn't seem like he approves of this thing.
Yeah, and he's owned by one of the nobles. He's property.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, look!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let us just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, effectively slavery.
Is there going to be any slaughter?
No idea. But she seems oddly familiar.
Oh.
Based on Smol's reaction and her smile. Also, like I said, I have some more emotes, which are now easy enough to see because I'm not covering up my face. Well, about half my face. Let's see. We have Ponder. Thinking. That's an expression one.
Yeah.
Endure.
Just angry.
No. Enduring pain, basically. Picked up greeting as well. The most recent one I got. Hum. This one is something special, so it's a repeat. Also, new minion.
Yep.
You know what I mentioned about the angry cloud of Hellgas?
Yes.
Mini one bit.
Of course, as any version.
Yeah. And like most wind-up minions and similar, I can beckon to it. And it comes and sits on your shoulder.
Always good.
Clips through my hat though, but look how adorable this evil, angry gas cloud lady is.
Yep.
Because it's from the accumulation of the Crystal Tower plot, raid set. She's a which is all based on Final Fantasy III, right up down to the Cloud of Darkness and World of Darkness. Oh, no, Alphino hasn't actually properly entered the city yet. One at the end of the road, further up the road, and two above. Eden is one of the main parts of the Sin Eater thing. And it's also a raid set. It also gives you some of the most power, gives you some of the best level 80 gear in the game. Not inaccurate. What I speak to next is in this area. But don't narrow it down. Oh. And just investigate the vault. And then whatever's left is still above. While you're on that side, close the air blinds, would you?
Could you? If I knew where they were.
And not your islands. Finish the quest, we must speak to Alpha now. Again. God damn it, doofus.
There's a bit of YouTube video someone shared. 10 hours of soothing, relaxing, meditating Vietnam War sounds. I would watch that.
CTR intensifies.
Oh god.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son. No. In fact, a good song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a bunch of memes going about this. Some guy called Juice, WRLD.
Juice World.
Please. They're expecting me to read that as world.
Mm-hmm.
Then
It's
where's
world
the
without any
world?
vowels in it.
Apparently he's dead.
I have no idea who he was anyway, so I don't care. However, you know the band Roxette?
Yeah, heard of him.
The one half of the band, the female vocalist, died 2 days ago.
Oh.
Complications from brain tumour, which she'd had years ago and had gotten over originally.
Oh, she's been arrested. I wonder what for. Ooh.
Scrolled up slightly. Ah. Well, it is floof. And you know what needs to be done next?
Do you want me to send it to you?
Share.
Could do, I suppose. I rarely share stuff on Facebook just because it gives people that I'm going to see at Christmas less things to talk about me.
Some squid are very brave during their checkups, and others pretend to be rocks.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
My name is Squid. I am not fish. I might be sick, so I'm in dish. The doctor touch. Give me shock. I do not trust, so now I'm rock. Go. Two different Tigers were clearly fans of the Hanshin Tigers baseball team.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Of course you would have. It's the baseball team in Osaka.
Yeah, that's why I've heard of them. They're pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah. Christmas snack.
Yep.
Snack in a Christmas hat. And also to think 2 years ago yesterday, I had a frost snack. Do you remember how snowy it was?
Yeah.
That was along one end of the washing line. It looks like a snake, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Made of ice.
If that doesn't scream cousin fucker, I don't know what does.
America. Fuck yeah.
It's a mullet though. He's got a fucking mullet.
We do not deserve this good girl.
Yeah.
She is the goodest good girl. We do not deserve her. Fran being adorable as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, fun enough, the Triari, heavy infantry, were actually all of rich families anyway. However, they didn't get in just by throwing money at it.
Yeah.
Unlike the Equites. Okay, this is the only acceptable version of the meme.
Yep. Does that mean you can sing it as long as you edit the last bit?
No, it doesn't mean you can sing it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I think I've seen this. Like, I see stuff on Facebook and I don't know who shares it because I just like scroll through pretty quick.
Typically, it's usually me.
Yeah, and then I see you mention it and I'm like, oh, that was you that shared that. So I remember seeing it.
Everybody, Zooey Zooey dance.
Oh god, yeah. I see that's back.
Of course it is. It's the Zooey Zooey dance.
I'm sure somebody out there, probably lots of people have mastered like actually doing it to the point where it looks just like it. You know what I mean? Hell, if you're an unemployed weeb, what else are you gonna do? And perfect certain dances from shows and other media that you like. I don't know.
I take offence to that remark.
Go ahead. What? You do other things as well?
No, that I'm only an unemployed weeb.
No, I'm not saying you're an unemployed weeb. I'm saying if there are unemployed weebs out there, what else are they going to do?
Caramel dancing.
True. That's a speed bump.
Meh.
I've been sent a message, or an attachment even.
Yes, by me.
I'll look at that later.
Look at it now.
Yep.
Zooey Zooey dance. If it excites you and scares the crap out of you at the same time, that means you should probably do it. Time to fuck a blender. Wait, no.
Ah.
I love that it's wait, no, as opposed to wait, no! Like you were kind of read it as stop, don't, come back.
Oh god.
That one, yes.
Yeah.
L'Oreal, because you're worth it.
Mhm. I do like the parody.
Name a bitch badder than Taylor Swift. Maria Vasilieva. Abriskia.
Russian names, people.
Her husband was killed by the Nazis in 1941 during Operation Barbarossa. She went to the Soviet government and demanded to get a tank to kill Nazis. The government relented and she killed Nazis with her tank. She did, however, die in a tank. It was blown up by lots of German tanks, but she went on to kill a lot of Nazis with her tank.
I love the idea that there's like a time we can just go off like on the nearest government office, like, hey, I want a tank. Why? I want to kill Nazis. Here's the keys.
This one's fun one. Voldemort. The next person to say mood or same or me after I make a threat will be thrown out of the window onto the solid concrete.
Yeah.
Harry, mood. Ron, same. Hermione, me. I'll tell you what's wrong with society. No one drinks from the skulls of their enemies anymore.
Uh-huh.
Vitax organic bone meal. Yeah, because you wouldn't want synthetic bone meal now, would you? That would just be gross.
I don't even know what bone meal is.
Ground bone powder.
What's it for?
Stuff. Google it.
Google's actually some sort of eldritch entity that runs entirely on the ground up bones of people. Spits out knowledge in exchange for bones.
This one
Yeah,
both
I've
hurt,
seen this floating around.
hurts, but is also heartwarming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The implication is
Of course, yeah.
that she's a cancer survivor.
I can tell that was an ear or like a scar.
And it's her ear. She's bald.
Because the angle of it.
Yeah. So it's implied she's a
Yeah.
cancer survivor. I think you've seen this one, but
Yeah, I've seen this one.
here's a question for you. 45 ACP or 10mm auto, which would you prefer?
Hmm.
In terms of pistol rounds, which would you prefer?
I want to say, not too knowledgeable on 10, but I want to say 45. Because it's quite.
I'd go with 45 myself as well. 10mm, yes, has more stopping power. It's a large pistol round, but it's useless against, effectively, large game, so you're not really going to be wanting to shoot a bear in the face with a 10mm.
Yep.
Or any other particularly armoured thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's useful to say you want something even meatier. You want like a 357 or a very high caliber revolver round.
Yeah.
Or similar. So it's only useful as a man stop because it defeats standard body armour designed to stop things like 45s.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, on average, a gun designed for 10mm has about 2 to 3 rounds less per magazine, and the recoil from a 10mm is much higher than a 45. They're also more expensive and rarer.
Okay, see, I've never heard of a 10mm other than very, very rarely. Outside of games, that is.
Oh no, there's a few.
I know they exist, I've just never seen them.
The Colt's Delta Elite model of the 1911 could be made in 10, or have but they also made a conversion kit to turn 45s into 10mm. AMT had a few 10mm, like the Long Slide and the Javelina, but they are just clones of the 1911 anyway. There's the Bren 10 as well, which bankrupted 3 different companies.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's the thing, right? Taking a relatively standard round, full metal jacket Federal, 180 grain, 12 gram, 1300 feet per second or 400 meters per second muzzle velocity, with a muzzle energy of 708 foot-pounds or 960 joules on a 10mm.
Yeah.
Comparatively, Federal 45, 165 grain, 11 gram Hydra-Shock Federal, 1060 feet, 320 meters at the muzzle, 412 foot-pounds or 559 joules. So yes, it's weaker, but 45s are pretty cheap. They're a proven, reliable cartridge that has been around for about 110 years, near enough. Developed from the 45 Long Colt revolver round. So it's a very proven round. I'd rather have that lesser recoil for more control, better ammo capacity, and the reliability over that slightly better stopping power. You know where that's going?
Yep.
And then, a hood, Jewel of the Royal Navy, mighty but classy. You're talking mad shit for someone in elegance is not just for show distance. Why do I hear Swedish power metal?
Oh god.
Number 1 babysitter. Cares and adores for her destroyer comrades. Would never let anyone harm them. Has a cool gun she uses to protect her cute destroyers. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC.
Oh Christ.
Ark Royal in Azure Lane is very much a lolicon.
Ah.
However, almost every lolly in Azure Lane is a destroyer, so she's generally just likened to a destroyer con.
Yeah.
Effectively the same thing.
Although Destroyercon sounds like a Poundland knockoff of the Decepticons.
But like I say, most destroyers in Azure Lane are lollies, so
yeah.
lolicon.
Oh Christ. Places my fucking head goes. Into the bin where it belongs. Time's up. Oh, it's 4:45, not 4:45, 10 to 5.
Yep.
Something to 5.
Clock to 5. Boy.
Yep.
it comes to poise, except only the real poi is poi, except no substitute. Also, Alpha now has a plan to get into the city.
Trump releases video of himself as Thanos.
Why am I not surprised?
It's just, he's an insane genocidal lunatic. That is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Thanos.
It's not a war crime if you're the only survivor.
Well, given that he's old and fat and probably eats like a pig, and I'm 20 and fat and 22 and eat fat and eat like a pig, I'm probably going to outlive him.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I get to celebrate when he's dead.
I'm however disappointed.
Go on.
Nobody managed to recreate Dallas.
Ah.
Dallas 1 p.m.
Oh yeah,
It was 1970s.
Yeah.
FDR.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Which Saxon actually did a song about called Dallas 1 p.m.
Hmm.
Also, because you're the closest, see the records. Grab the one that's mostly sticking out, but don't pull it all the way out, because this is just demonstrations. Yep. Bit more. And stop. Look at the front. Told you, Black Knight. Black Sabbath Live Evil. It was a live show during the Dio era.
Oh, that's cool.
Told you Sabbath had a Black Knight on at least one album cover, didn't I?
Yeah. I remember they had one, but I couldn't tell you which. Until then, I couldn't tell you which album it was. Ah, my fucking back. And my arms, come to think of it. And my legs. None of me works right. By that on my head, I'm basically entirely broken. Jeez. Possibly a gun. But old caliber though. Old type of gun. Oh yeah, in the, have you been watching My Hero Academia anime yet?
Nope.
They've got to the Yakuza raid arc.
I'm aware. Season 4. In other words, the depressing arc.
Yeah. Cap Corpse, mate.
Yeah, also, whilst discussing things with Ridwin
Yes.
about our MHA OCs,
Yeah.
we've worked out that Celine out-Deku's Deku. If you're wondering in what way, she's got a similar mumbling habit, but quite a lot of tactical forethought. I.e., she's not just analysing your quirk and thinking how best it can be utilised. She's also thinking things like how to take you down, or planning for a situation, etc., etc. Because even if you were to ignore the whole is weak thing, to your peril, because she's not weak compared to most of Class 1A. It's just if you're comparing her to the other three members of the Calamities, who are basically dragons, And yes, she's weak. She makes up for it with skill and cunning. Also, look, kitty lady. Yeah.
Yep.
Mistel are the first Mikote.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I was going to say. I tried to look it up on my phone last night at work. My 4G, for some bloody reason, still has fucking, what's the word? Some sort of filter on it. For no goddamn reason. And I tried to.
What dirty, depraved porn were you trying to look up?
I was looking at the 7 tenets of Satanism, and they got blocked.
You're not supposed to know about human sacrifice.
No, it's actually more.
I'm making a joke.
I know. But weirdly enough, like the
Satanism is more wholesome than most organised religion.
Yeah, the Church of Satanism is actually. I'm literally in a group called Once Again Satan is the Compassionate Choice.
Just because he's supposed to be evil doesn't mean he's always hungry for souls and blood and violence.
I think he's evil from the viewpoint of people who most people would consider nowadays evil.
So-called moral guardians.
Yeah. I mean, they say all this.
Male Mistel with short blue hair.
They say all the sinners and the druggies and the degenerates and the gays and whatnot are going to go down to hell.
Yeah.
So what? Their heaven is just full of uptight idiots like them. Hell sounds like a party.
I'm gonna have to get closer to the screen.
Is that the tack drone?
No.
Spy drone?
Blue-haired Mistel. Aha! In one. It's just basically binoculars. I was trying to locate a blue-haired male Mistel. So, male Mikote with short blue hair. He was the one eavesdropping. Any sign of him? Over there! Let's get him before he makes his escape. Violent time! Right. Alphano, I think, has just run that way. So I'm going to do the smart thing and cut him off at the pass.
Cut him off the knees.
Hey! No, I'm not that mean. I'm going to cut him off at the pass, so we can't escape being Alphano blowing his legs off with magic.
Of course.
It's only criminal if you do it. If I don't stop Alphano, I can claim plausible deniability. I didn't know Alphano was going to blow his legs off. You know, all that.
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
Well, that's not good.
Hmm?
Thanks to anti-vaxxers, Malaysia's got polio again.
The thief who claimed the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Marnie as Nessa.
That's Comey.
One of the other gym leaders then.
That's Comey as Nessa. She's from Among Us.
Well, I knew who Nessa was.
Yeah.
That's literally how Hesh rounds work. High explosive squash head.
Oh,
British,
that's what I'm looking at.
British invention. Basically, it's a plastic head. Well, basically, it's a tank shell made of plastic explosive.
Mm-hmm.
The plastic then squashes against the armour plate, creating a much larger surface area. It explodes, basically blowing a big metal scab off the inside through the shockwave. And that basically, because it's basically shrapnel of metal inside the tank, wounds the crew. This is what Kevlar spar liners are designed to stop.
Mm-hmm. That's just my second Facebook account. I don't use much. It's annoying.
Zero 2, always good.
Yep.
Oh, my cup's empty. Sad NYAN noises.
I have a coffee, don't I?
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea. Get in that way. What is your name? Kai Shear. Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did. No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
Not a particularly good reason for it, but...
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest. You'll give me your place? Just like that? I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you. I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Jean, Ash, Alice and Nursery, which is adorable. Jassel.
There's a bunch of them. More
Banana.
Before, there's more before this.
Jean Altus, let's roll back down. Right, go back one.
Yeah.
I meant back.
Oh.
And go back to the start of it. Okay, so Goodico. I'm guessing you've already saved these.
I've saved them all, yeah.
Pretty good. So Saber, Chloe, Ilya and Miu, Altera, Swimsuit Jean, because that's she's a archer, summer next year. Kyohime, BB, because she's tanned, it's summer BB from next year. Okita, Ishtar, Saber Lily, Tamamo, Jean, Mash, and John Alter is the last of them.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
Probably not.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who Alpha now is. So you got to admit, the very least the Guardian Corps shirt and skirt do suit small.
Here, he would most likely scoff, but I thank you for your kind word.
Oh,
Shall we return to
lightning
our
set? The pauldron itself, probably not so much, but the set in general, definitely.
Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Am I going to have to jump in the water and swim? Because I'm going to make the place reek of wet cat if I am.
Come on, they...
And I'm willing to make the place reek of wet cat if I have to. Mostly because it will inconvenience everybody else. And it will be funny, because it will amuse me. Well, the only way Small gets any enjoyment... Huh. I wonder when Usagi got on. It's a different world. Jumping support? Ah, it won't let me jump in the water. So it won't let me inconvenience everybody else. Damn it. Because I hadn't quite gotten in the car, on the bike when the enemy aggroed. It stopped it. This area is pretty much the Morrowby Dry Docks. Or at least a part of it.
In a group called Things Found in Walls, like when stuff gets torn out.
Mm-hmm.
Someone found apparently a mummified squirrel, a full clip, so my gun or something, from a pistol I'm guessing. So that's a pistol clip, isn't it?
Yes.
Looks it. They found that, mummified squirrel, apparently some vintage porn mags and a drug scale. I'm guessing this is a Photoshop title.
Quite likely, because most of the time the Lord demands they be kept certain distances apart.
Mm-hmm.
And back down the mount.
Fucking shit. Oh yeah, that's a golden Christmas tree.
Anniversary, you've got a 360, haven't you?
Somewhere, yeah.
Still got the controller kicking around?
Yeah, I've got a 360 controller.
Because, because thanks to the updated Master Chief Collection,
Yeah.
I mean, like, having Reach on it,
Yeah.
I've decided to go back to playing Reach again on 360. And one of the only things I haven't done campaign-wise, unfortunately all my progress, armour and rank and whatnot got reset as soon as I got waypoint. That was very stupid of me. Which is annoying. I haven't finished the co-op campaign, but I finished the regular campaign on normal. I'm wondering if you'd be somewhat interested in playing that with me at some point.
I've got a wired controller, that's all. I have not got the original wireless one.
As long as you've got a controller that works
Yeah, I
with
do.
360. So I can bring my hard drive down, stick that on the one down here, along with the disc.
Yeah. Years since I played that.
I had to relearn the control layout, and I still make a couple of goofs here and there. Like switching grenade when I'm trying to melee, because they swapped that around, because it used to be B.
How much do you know about Yu-Gi-Oh cards or any other card game? I mean about the actual, not about the meta of the game, how much about the actual cards and what's valuable and what isn't. What kind of market and that. Because I know you've got plenty of collections. What I mean is, the point I'm getting at.
I'm going to say, how much do I know about it?
Yeah. Well,
2 decks right there.
the point I'm getting at is one of the guys I'm working with, I was talking to him. He sells Pokemon cards. He basically buys like loads of packs of them online, a couple £100 at a time. Goes through them all.
Finds the gets the rares and sells them.
Exactly. Apparently makes a fair bit of profit off it.
Yeah, it's very easy to turn a profit when you're doing that.
And his deck is worth like 10,000 quid because he keeps all the best ones for himself sometimes.
Honestly, a lot of these, well, some of the cards in here would probably be banned these days, like Sangan for one.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking I would do that, but I don't know enough about any particular card game. Like what's
well, it's easy enough to look on to check online to see
Yeah.
on like a place like eBay who's selling what card, what is it worth.
Yeah. I wanted to get back into like either the Pokemon TCG or Yu-Gi-Oh or some other card game or whatever for a while.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the meta is a mess both these days.
Ah.
It's all about very specific combinations that quickly get banned. They get chunks of it banned, so they create new combos of new stuff, and yeah. Especially Yu-Gi-Oh! All the linked summon stuff.
Yeah.
The current metas, one of the current metas, a couple of the recent metas rather, was all the firewall link dragon, whatever it's called. Wham. Also, I get the thing I've been cheering up Zero a bit. Cause honestly, all I can do for her these days is send positives. I'm on the other bloody side of the world, aren't I?
Yeah, because she's somewhere in America at the moment.
Arizona.
And you're somewhere that isn't Arizona.
Yeah.
Because last I checked, this is very much not on a scale of Arizona to not Arizona. This is very much not Arizona.
Yep.
I mean, for one, the time zone's different. For two, the weather's not quite as. What is the weather like over there right now?
Well, winter, but not as cold as here.
Apparently it's 13 degrees Celsius over there. Well, Phoenix, Arizona, I don't know the whole place. That's the capital city.
Yeah.
Apparently in Fahrenheit, which they use for some reason, it's 56.
For example, I do things like send...
That's a good Yukari.
Yeah.
Nice. That was my screensaver, my wallpaper for quite a while.
It's like...
Yeah. That was the wallpaper on my phone for a fair bit.
Send that one. Sleeping Ree. I hope's helping, I hope they're helping. Yes. It's also a very scientifically accurate diagram of Northern Ocean Hime. Okay, Hopo.
Yeah.
Flipper Wiggler, Gazy Love Peepers, Pokey Nuzzles, Cuddle Poof, Ittle Patters, Go Home, Poofy Floofs, Huggy Squish, Flutter, and Pitter Pats. Very scientifically accurate.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I added her basically this morning with that. I figured she was asleep at the time anyway. But go back.
What, Wales? I actually listen to a lot of Gojira.
They're a French band, that's all I French metal band that likes Godzilla, that's all I know of them.
Really, they like Godzilla. I couldn't possibly guess.
Basically, me atting her with that was just to give her a chance to be able to see it amongst if there's a mass conversation overnight. Hopefully she'll be feeling better soon, because she's you've sort of been keeping up with her thing, haven't you?
Yeah, you've told me various things. I've been checking on
The Discord.
Every now and then.
Yeah. To do another round of those nerve injections tomorrow. Nah. Unfortunately, the first round didn't work out very well because despite them telling the doctor don't do it there, it went in through the neck.
Fuck you. I know she's had injections in nerves, but
yeah, went through the neck. He was told don't do it. Don't do it there. It won't work. That's why she was feeling very bad after him.
Don't know what was the
it's but something to do with some of the trapped nerves and whatnot she's got.
Okay. That makes sense. Did right into the nerve. That sounds really what I could think of.
But she's now going. The next set will be in her upper back.
Ooh, that's
specifically into certain nerve clusters, which are some of the particular problem ones.
If it works, it's gonna probably work.
Hopefully it will work.
That just sounds incredibly painful as a procedure.
Oh, of course. Of course it's going to be painful as fuck. But obviously it should be sedated first.
I hope so. Nice.
They're going from the T1 to T6 facet spinal nerves this time.
Ooh. This just all sounds very... Like I said, I've been keeping up on this.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
Treble will have some good news for us tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Should be halfway through your work shift.
Yeah. What's that?
Because they're normally 6 to 7 hours behind us, because Arizona.
Yeah.
But take 1 hour off because DST.
Mm-hmm.
So around 5 to 6 hours behind us. Because they use Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. Apparently it's 10:22 in the morning over there right now.
So 7 hours. So normally they're 8 hours behind us, so
Yeah.
they're 7 hours behind at the minute. So very end of your shift area. So somewhere between 3 and 5 in the morning for us.
Yeah.
And after he said in the chat that's what's going to happen, well, I said, fingers crossed, man. I'm wishing you guys all the best from my corner of the world. Especially at this time of year. Winter's no time to be feeling like crap at the best of times. Not least because, obviously, Christmas is coming. Nobody wants to be ill at Christmas.
Can't imagine the cold would do much good for any of that.
Yeah. But you don't particularly want to be feeling ill in winter anyway, because, especially over here...
Over here, the weather is atrocious.
Yeah. Well, this is Britain anyway, but cold, damp conditions...
Yeah.
Plus feeling ill makes you feel worse.
Yep.
Doesn't it?
It does. I was just fucking bugger off. This fucking company over there, they keep popping up on my screen every now and then with other random facts like this.
Well, yeah, given the current weather at the minute, it's not exactly incorrect.
Like, I keep hiding them and telling you to bugger off. I don't want to keep seeing this one.
Understandable.
It's not just that one, it's like this actual company. I just report them as false news even if they aren't.
You can't just change the meme! I'm altering the meme. Pray I don't alter it further.
Oh God.
The thing is, though, right? Vader quite simply just put together a nice dinner spread and a dinner party for everybody.
Yeah.
Han Solo just came in there shooting like a dick. That was very much an asshole behaviour of him, wasn't it?
Yeah. You could look at it like that. A Christmas tree made of knives, bullets, and lighters.
I can top that. Godzilla-shaped Christmas tree
That'd be good.
that actually breathes smoke. Somebody made it. It was a one-off. Sold for like $22,000 about a decade ago.
For some reason, it's made of like stuff confiscated from people at the airport. So there's loads of pairs of scissors, knives and that, and lighters and.
Name two Animal Girl series that you would never expect to see in a crossover.
See Animal Girl series. First one, I was the Kimono Friends. Killing Bites.
Interesting. What about Spice and Wolf and Senko-san?
That would be a crossover I'd like to see.
By Centauri-chan.
Oh.
Holo stealing a barrel of apples. Fuck you, Nanoja. Angry Senko-san.
God. I want to see that. I need to finish Spice and Wolf. I don't remember where I got to. It's probably just rewatching.
I've seen all of season 1. You can't give her that. It's not safe. It's a sword. They're not meant to be safe. She's a child. It's educational. What if she cuts herself? That'll be an important lesson.
Yep.
Oddfather, Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
There we go. This scene's so sad. Vader made a nice meal for everyone and Han Solo just starts shooting like a dickhead.
Yep.
Come on, he's got a menu and everything. He's literally just the dinner party. He just wants a nice dinner with his daughter, her boyfriend, and their comrades.
Yes.
And Han Solo just pulls out a gun and starts shooting at everybody.
Yep.
I like the Shadowbringers Quest Complete music.
It is good.
Helpful if I'm selecting Alpha now rather than the Puff of Darkness.
Back to 13-point deer, finds out it's actually a doe. Which is odd. I'm guessing it's one of the species where the females don't normally have antlers.
Quite likely.
Because the 13-point has how many points on the antlers.
And as we know, a doe is a female deer.
Yes.
Because of the rhyme.
Yeah.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun.
Heard
Me, a person, I, myself. Far, a long, long way to run. I don't remember what the part for so is.
I'm surprised
Or
you remember
la.
any of that.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread. And that will bring us back to dough.
Okay,
It's an old rhyme they taught us in high school.
I've never
music
heard
lesson.
that. I've never.
Because I wouldn't really call it a nursery rhyme, but it sort of teaches you the music notes.
Yeah, I know those are notes, so those like things used in music.
Yes.
But I've never heard them used in that particular way.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yes. I know that. I don't know how they're used. I know they are.
The
used.
8 notes of the octave.
Okay.
Because the first do is the first note of the octave, the lowest note. Going up and up and up until you reach the end. That's all I remember of it.
Well, that's not good.
Well, the last few from the Battle of Britain. To be fair, look at his age.
Yeah, good guy. I wonder why.
Not just for a guy. 101 in general is one hell of an inning.
That is a pretty good age.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I was watching this, no, it wasn't Vice, it was something a bit like Vice, but less shit. They get like...
It doesn't really set the bar particularly high.
True. They get like different, they get people who do the same thing, different generations, like meet up and talk. One of them was a soldier that had just come back from serving in wherever it is, like, wherever
Probably
it is.
Afghanistan.
Yeah. Whichever desert they're shooting goat herds in at the moment. And somewhere that served in World War II. It's quite interesting to see him talking to each other, also like how things have changed, what hasn't changed.
You can't jump onto the roof. Damn it. Sad small noises.
Yeah. I love when they have like addicts.
Here's a thought.
drug dealers. Yes.
What would a sad Godzilla noise be? Because sort of headcanon, despite being like 15, 16, Japanese high school age, Bruce still believes in Santa.
I imagine if anyone even gets the idea of trying to tell them otherwise, then they kind of get disappeared.
Funnily, you should mention that. Ruby meme.
Oh, I've seen this going around, it's good.
This food is disgusting, it's as fake as Santa.
Ruby's face.
Yeah. Yang doing a spit take, and just Blake's like,
fuck.
Santa's fake!
Oh god, Ruby's face is that.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a continuation to that.
I'm aware. It's like, Santa's not real!
Oh god.
Unhappy Godzilla noises. Sad Godzilla noise.
I didn't sense this spinner thing quite right. Just balanced just a bit.
Yeah, you'd be able to tell when something is unbalanced when it's rotating.
I was doing it at a bus stop in the dark. I need a bullet spinner.
Well, my fidget spinner is balanced.
Oh yeah, they actually impressive. These come out, don't they?
Yes.
Heavy.
Yeah. Right? You can feel it. It's balanced. Let's say I take one of these out.
Yeah.
That's the reason I got it, was because it looks like a revolver.
Where did you get that from anyway?
Online. Online thing.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
watch.
you can just see it.
You see, my entire hand is vibrating from it.
Yeah.
So you can feel just how unbalanced that is.
Yeah.
You feel weight of one of that?
Lead or something or steel?
No, that's just solid brass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavy.
One of these unloaded, one of these by itself,
Yeah.
is the same weight as the entire cylinder empty, and that is milled aluminium. That's the reason I have a fidget spinner. Not because they were cool or hip when I got it, but unlike kids who are getting them because they were the new yo-yos, and then abandoning them 6 months later.
They became a fad.
For a few months, but unlike them,
Yes.
I got mine because I generally have to keep my hands occupied.
Yeah.
It's a common autistic trait. You've got to be doing something with your hands.
I didn't get this for that. I got it so I can keep, so it's easy to hold my phone.
Oh yeah, because yours is a handle. It just happens to rotate.
This is just a side effect that I've come to start doing this a lot.
Yeah. Apparently, it's been 24 hours.
Since what's the one that killed?
No, since they were last here. And that kid that we let have Alphino's idea has made his way in with Alphino's idea. Painter. The Alphino with me as his assistant.
I don't know who that person on top is supposed to be.
I believe it's supposed to be Justin Bieber.
Nah, really? Is that what he looks like these days?
Possibly. It looks like him.
Like him,
I'm mostly interested in the dress-like parts that the those clowns have. It's an interesting design. The Harlequins.
Apparently he looks like this. Oh, I don't. That looks nothing like what he used to look like.
Well, yeah, because he used to be a baby-faced, snot-nosed brat.
I still want to kill him with a hammer.
Why sully a tool?
True.
I say drown him, but then he'd poison all the fish.
Of course, he's got fucking tattoos and all that.
Perfect place for him. Send him to that lake in Russia where you cannot stay there for more than a few minutes because of fatal radiation.
That radioactive lake, yeah, I've seen that.
Send him there.
I wonder who's swimming in that. Maybe fishing.
No. Drop him from an airplane with a parachute.
Yeah.
Because we want him to suffer. So he lands in the lake.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go swimming in it.
Yeah, but if you do that, I have to find a new co-host.
What, you can't have a highly irradiated co-host?
No, because either you'll be dead or a feral ghoul.
That could work.
Neither of which is particularly appealing because on the one hand, you'll be dead, on the other hand, you'll be trying to eat my brain.
That could work.
I like my brain inside my skull, thank you very much.
Oh, no.
Besides, you won't get any nutrients from eating me, more skin and bone. And you forget, I have knives and hammers. And saws.
Okay.
Who is this? A hanger-on, well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her or not at all. So, I'm apparently a parasite. According to the blue clown. Well, on the plus side, we've made our way into the city of xenophobic assholes.
I was going to make a joke, but I don't know any particular cities that I could think of to compare that.
Nazi Germany.
Sure. I can't think of like any particular
Redemption
city
is
that
beyond
particularly
us.
knows that
The
about
inside is very much like the gold saucer. Or the golden saucer.
The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Thing is, the Harlequins have called me a parasite. Generally, what happens to people who insult Small?
They get stabbed with a cock.
What if they don't have one of those?
Tits.
Yeah, but that then causes sympathy winces from Small because Small is female and actually has a pair.
What?
Like, they're small, but Small has a pair.
Yep. I don't know, just throw your death frisbee between their legs, hit what you hit. There's a question. But that's when we're going to be back. Are you about to engage in a very long quest?
Is your presence requested for assistance?
I believe I'm needed elsewhere. I don't know if it's urgent or not.
Ask how urgent, because like your assistance basically to get into the loft to see if I can find my old X-Brick, because there's a couple of games I'm in the mood to replay, and it's in the loft. And we'll see now how unstable that step ladder can be at the minute.
Is it particularly bad?
One of the legs is slightly shorter than the other.
Yeah.
I mean, plus, I'm not exactly in the mood to drop my old Xbox.
Yeah. You like old original Xbox?
But I said X-Brick.
Yeah.
So yes, the Gen 1 Xbox.
Oh, I've not seen one of those in years.
Exactly.
They didn't have HDMI, did they?
Nope.
So you got a spare like.
You know the TV.
It's a composite cable,
Yeah,
isn't
like
it?
the TV in my room.
Yeah.
Doesn't have HDMI. It's only got the composite on the side.
Oh, fair enough.
Which is why I've got the PS2 in there. I've got my 360 in there. Read the thing there. Like, xenophobic classist. That not too classist. Only Chungus himself.
Oh god.
It's like Chonk, hyper Chonk. Have you seen the meme about if we discovered dinosaurs these days?
Yes, I have.
Northern thick boy,
Yes.
Chonkosaurus.
It's rare that I haven't seen a meme.
Yeah, not like meme lords. You know when it's appropriate to actually meme.
For the most part.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. I can't really be a meme lord if I don't actually create memes myself.
No, I use the title because to describe somebody who memes all the time, appropriate or otherwise. They remind me of Zorn and Thorn from Final Fantasy IX. Go to Google.
Okay.
Specifically Google Images.
Zorn.
You could just go back up to the top of the page and...
I know, but if I type it in, it'll just come up with images automatically, won't it? It always does.
No, it defaults to all. And bearing in mind these are the old PS1 graphics. Pair of Harlequins.
What, penguins?
The clowns. One speaks normally, the other Yoda speaks the same thing, or a following statement or counter statement, etc., etc.
One tells the truth, the other only lies.
One tells lies, the other still lies. At least as far as you're concerned. I suppose we'll call it after we deal with this quest and the Aetherite. And then again, we've got to find the Aetherite.
Aetherite? What have the word Aetherite stuck in my head now?
No idea. Ah, it's at the very top, on the canopy.
Ah.
So, all of the upstairs. Oh, side door. That's how I get in.
Yeah, Hidden Metal Entertainment made their midweek video this week today.
Hmm?
Midweek metal video.
Ah.
You know the guys whose thing I'm going to on Saturday?
Yeah?
They put out a video in the middle of every week, just called Midweek Metal. It's a compilation of metal related news, things that are happening, cool merch and whatnot. Just two drunk metalheads talking about shit. Because they're always drunk in them, or drinking. Unless they're absolutely broke, in which case they're not drinking.
But how often is that the case?
Once or twice a month,
Yeah.
I think.
So they're blowing most of the money on getting shit-faced.
Yeah. I mean, one of them, he does describe himself as I believe he's... How does he describe himself? Semi-alcoholic? I think he said that basically he has stopped for a week before just to prove he could, but he doesn't see a point in it. Also, that K cider is his go-to. Like the sort of thing that you usually see homeless alcoholics drinking at the bus station is his go-to. That should tell you at least something about him.
But he drinks hard cider that's of rot gut quality.
Yes. He doesn't like Frosty Jacks though. He calls it brain bleach.
Special permission is required to use this Aetherite. Oh come on, that's just harsh. Small is good, NYAN. So unfair, so discriminatory.
What do you expect? They're racists.
Well, classist, and even then it's just the big chonk in charge.
Is he a proper fat cunt?
Usagi is describing him as Chungus. What does that tell you?
That Usagi likes memes, probably.
Yeah, he does like a good meme. He does generally limit it to where it's appropriate. But from what I've seen, yes, the guy in charge is very much a chunk. All the standard races are...
Yeah, this new Pokemon, what's it called? Phalanx or something, Phalanx or whatever. Everything like the shield thing.
Phalanx.
That's the one. This one. I was confused. Is it one Pokemon? Is it 5? Is it 6? What is it?
6.
Yeah, but if
If
you
you
look,
look,
I don't know, you can count
5 and 1 in a hand.
If you look at the actual art for it, according to the Pokedex entries, there's 6 of them, but they work together as one thing, so they're used as one Pokemon. I'm guessing it's basically the same as Execute.
Most likely.
I forgot Execute was a thing for a bit there.
So we have Kitty Officer, assisted by an Aura. Well, Aura to us, but not to the first.
Bloody thoughts.
Hmm?
Thirst. I know you meant first, but that'd be funny. Nothing like a bad joke.
Valkyrie is the is Chongdas. Well, Chongdas.
Chunk.
But he's not Valkyrie.
I know, but I'm just saying chunk.
Yeah.
It's a funny word to say.
Chinas and Dula Chai, Mistral couple, most referred to as the Chais.
Yeah.
Next door, spit them to the clerk. It was a cute Mia. Oh, cute Mia girl. We've been told that we stink. We have to go shower. And again, as an adventurer, I'm used to it. Alphino is somewhat used to me as well, so... Delouser. You know, this means that Small is going to make the place reek of wet kitty, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you're not in the chat, Control and V does that. Huh. Scrub yourself clean. Into the last 3 showers. What should I say? Hurry up and shower, Stinky. What would Estinian say? Or Alice would have been drying her hair by now. We've got to know what to say. Because Usagi's done this twice, at least twice now.
Yeah.
We'll see what he'll say. Because while Small is not a sarcastic meow, very much a good Small, all three are pretty snarky and well, all three are pretty snarky answers. I get the feeling we'll have to deal with the this before we can go and attune to the Aetherite.
Yeah.
Back to this to say, to send to him. Phone keyboard is having a fit. I'm trying to type, but it keeps either going for the wrong letter or multiplying my input repeatedly. Right, I pressed spacebar once. It double pressed, so it put a full stop and a space. Right. Press the V once, 4 Vs. Let's say go on to the stories. I'd say toss a coin, but there's 3 bloody options. Do a D6 dice roll. Okay. Oh, Usagi's did the Alice one.
Yeah. Take the right dice out. Too many apps.
D6. We'll do it.
You just hit these click options.
Should be an option to do it. Right. Oh.
There is not on this one.
Yes, there is. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's there.
But it does it total. So you have to do it 3 times. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
We'll do this 3 times to make it fair. 6. Keep track of the votes.
Yeah.
2. 5. So Alice it is.
Yep.
Wouldn't she just? Very well, I shall endeavour to emulate her boldness then. Courage, Alphino. As he perfumes himself up. Now we shall present ourselves to our patron. Now we head back this way towards the entrance and speak to the gate guard, or to the stairway guard, who is a Hume. The looks of him, no tail, does not have spiky ears or pointy ears, so he's not an elf. So and he's not massively tall and muscled. Grand Dame's Parlour on the top floor. Worst comes to worst, because it's 6:10.
Yeah.
We'll complete the quest, go and sign off and do the loft thing.
Okay.
So that way I can play them tonight, because I presume I get the feeling that well, I know for a fact most likely that Dad's picking Sarah up.
Mm-hmm.
Beehive, canopy. Where was that? Ooh, oh, that's one of my friends. Or random friends. He's AFC at the minute. Right. That's the husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wife.
Okay.
She is Chunk.
Yep.
But she is not Chungus. They are basically the people who own us.
Mm.
Well, own our services. She's very fat for a Makoto.
This, then?
Quite a high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
At least she's not Umbridge.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to an of an artist.
You must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
At least she isn't Dolores Umbridge.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Doesn't realise we're using said apparently talentless wretch's brush.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all.
He's not wrong.
Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
You've got to admit, as humorous as it is, it's also a bit cringy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Silver tongue, though.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to our heart's content.
Happy
Isn't that
meow
right,
noises.
darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
The other thing that Chai's a bit, well, the Chai news is a bit, henpecked.
Yeah, just a bit.
Because I've cleared that quest, may as well leave it here then. Because we've been at this for over 3 hours and it's now 15:15.
Yeah.
So we did have a late start. Do try and be here on time tomorrow though.
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, so I actually
Yeah.
have to wake up.
Right, I know it's a bit short today, but we are jumping off for the day. I'll leave a note in FC chat. Do tune in tomorrow if you're watching this live, or watch the next episode if you are watching the recording effectively. Yeah, that's it from us for today. Do please leave us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments section what you think. We'll discuss more about the possibility of moving to Twitter, to my Twitch account in tomorrow's stream, or the next episode. Whether or not we decide it's a good idea in the end, we will say as much on camera. But until then, it's a goodbye from me.